The world celebrated France Le Bleu national team for winning the 2018 FIFA World Cup. First time after 20 years they did it on home soil. But the attention of the world will switch to the bread and butter of European leagues. And our own attention will be focused on the English Premier League. It's on this note I welcome you to another exciting edition of Sports Klinic on Unilag TV. My name is Oluwaseun. I've got two intelligent contributors. To my far right is Ayo Oloyede. Ayo.
Good to be here, Seun.
And Uzo Nwaduba, who is making her debut. And she's also promising us that she will be consistent. Uzo, it's great to have you join us.
Great to be here.
Ayo, I see you over time going on exercise, getting into the gym, but I've not seen any positive result. Are you bothered?
Well, to achieve great things sometimes it takes time. It took France another 20 years to win the World Cup, so I guess...
So it's taking you 20 months?
No,
or 20 years?
It's not, but I'm not in the ace. Like, I should be the one complaining. No, it's my body, isn't it?
Okay. It's telling me to shut up indirectly. Uzo?
Yes.
You're talking sports. A beautiful lady should be more of entertainment. What brought you into sport and when did it start?
Well, 2008, I was in primary school then. My classmates were talking about Champions League final, Manchester United versus Chelsea. And I was intrigued. I wanted to know what it was all about. So when I went home, I told my dad that I wanted to watch the final. He was happy. Turned on the TV, went to the channel, and we started watching it. And after that, I was hooked.
You made me feel like an old man because that 2008 was when yours truly graduated from the university.
I'm sorry.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, we dissect everything that we've got for you. It's still Sports Klinic on Unilag TV. Don't touch that dial.
But
I'm ready.
welcome back. Welcome back. Did
Yeah.
you cut or you are still rolling? Welcome back. Let's go. Continue shooting for me.
Welcome back to Sports Klinic on Unilag TV. I'm Oluwaseun, and like I rightly told you, I've got Ayo Oloyede and Uzo Nwaduba. Let me first start with Ayo. The satellite of the world is focused on Lagos. We have the International Table Tennis Sea Masters Open. We call it the Nigeria Open. In actual fact, $47,000 are up for grabs for the competitors. But one worrying factor is Nigeria's brightest star, Haruna Quadri. It's shocking to know that since 2013 up to this moment, he has not won this tournament. It has been either Omar Assar of Egypt or Ocharov. Is this the year for Haruna Quadri?
We hope so, and we shouldn't forget that right now he's ranked 18th in the world and number 1 in Africa. I mean, that's his highest ranking ever, so would say he's in form going into this tournament. And again, some tournaments as such as this, it can't be talent alone. Sometimes you need a bit of luck. So we hope he gets lucky this time and he eventually wins it, because it would be a great shame if a player like Haruna Quadri with the talent he's got retires without winning this tournament. So let's hope he does it this time around.
Yeah, the last time he got to the quarterfinal and he got knocked out by a Nigerian, Olajide Omotayo. But he said at the press conference that it's not that any intense pressure. He's not under any intense pressure. He will take it one game at a time, and he wants to win it in year 2018. We wish Haruna Quadri all the very best. Let me come to you, Uzo. You have never been pregnant before?
No.
But I'm sure you are intelligent enough to be able to talk about Serena Williams. You love Serena Williams?
Yeah, I do.
You do. The female tennis player has got 23 Grand Slams to her credit. The one that has the most record is Margaret Court. But she's saying something very instructive after she gave birth. She had post-paternal depression. But she said that she has not attended to her daughter enough, and she does not feel like a real mom. And I said, Serena, stop complaining. You can choose to stay off tennis, get back fully recovered, and play the sport you love rather than complain. I don't know your take on this, Uzo.
Well, for one, it's not easy giving birth and then just going back into sports just like that, then you also have to take care of your child. A child at that age needs
Or the attention of the mother.
Needs the attention of the mother. So if she wants to come back, it's because maybe, her being out of tennis is actually like a miss because she's very important to tennis. So
Yeah.
she coming back is vital for her, and not just her, like viewers. Everyone wants to see.
Even the
Serena
organizers
play.
of competitions also want to see Serena, because her being at the competition means that the brand will continue to drop in more money because Serena's personality, But can you say to your coach that my body is not ready to play tennis, rather than somebody forcing you to come and play tennis? Because I don't like the fact that she kept complaining. You own your body, and you can tell your coach, my body is not ready for that gruesome match or matches that I want to play in major Grand Slams.
I think there's freedom of speech. If she misses her child, she should talk about it if she wants to talk about it. But then as far as she's also producing on court, then there's no problem with that.
I don't know your take on Serena Williams' complaint about she has not been a mother and all of that. I feel that if you are ready to go, because I've seen ladies give birth and then come back to tennis. One of such is Kim Clijsters. She did it and she came back. But the way women give birth varies.
Yeah.
Hers is really a problem for her. Take your time and then come back, Serena.
Sport is such a huge business these days. Especially tennis, and a player like Serena, it's easier to say she should take her time before she comes back. But again, you should remember she probably has some deals, and she needs to be at this Grand Slam for these deals to start running. So again, money might be involved, pressure from the coach. I mean, if Serena is out, the coach is jobless. So,
but not at the expense of her health.
Well, she didn't play like someone that was affected badly by childbirth at the last Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Although she didn't win it, but she got to the final.
Yeah.
So I think it should be something she should discuss with her coach, and of course maybe a psychologist or something. We shouldn't know about it. If Serena, I mean, she's the biggest female tennis player in recent time. So if she says she wants to take a time, I'm sure people will understand. Yes. So I don't think she should come out, just like you said, to start complaining. It should be something she should discuss with her team.
Hey, the next Grand Slam, which is the last Grand Slam of the year, is the US Open, which is going to start some weeks from now. She lost the final of the Wimbledon to Angelique Kerber in straight sets. It was shocking to everyone. But we wish Serena all the best. Arguably the best female tennis player of all time. Let's quickly do some slamming and dunking. Big fan of LeBron James.
Yeah.
Gone to LA Lakers. Does that put LA Lakers in the front runner to winning the ring when it comes to 2018-2019 season, or you still be Golden State Warriors title to lose?
Of course, I mean, Golden State Warriors, they remain untouchable. They remain the invincible team in the NBA. But LA Lakers, they've struggled in the last 4 or 5 years. They've even struggled to make it to the playoff. But of course, with LeBron in it now, you need to start taking them serious. I mean, LeBron is the best player in the world, and when the best player in the world is in your team, you can rule out that team at your own peril. So of course, I'm very sure LA would compete this coming season. But whether they have enough in their arsenal to stop the Golden State Warriors, I mean, they are the best franchise in recent times, and some people are even say they are the best franchise of all time. You need to.
It's difficult to say that because
but
when
the
you look
level
at Chicago Bulls and all
of
of that.
course, but the way the level of dominance, I mean, they are having right now is the teams are trying to build franchise to stop Golden State Warriors. Yeah. It's been a while we've seen this. You've seen Carmelo Anthony moving to the Houston Rockets to join the likes of James Harden. So no doubt, Golden State Warriors remain the team to beat. But again, this is sport. Anything can happen.
Hey, not truly a big fan of LeBron James, but you cannot
really
discredit his humanitarian angle.
Yeah.
What he does for children and a whole lot of people is absolutely mind-blowing. And I say more power. More power to the king himself. And remember the tweet of a certain Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who always give everybody talking. He said the king is here, but hey, you have a bigger king in Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk strictly local football. We'll be right back. It's still Sports Klinic on Unilag TV. Don't talk that down. Welcome back to Sports Klinic on Unilag TV. I still have my two contributors, Ayo Oloyede and Uzo Nwaduba. Uzo, let's talk about the Taifa Stars of Tanzania. We're talking everything local now. They've appointed our own Emmanuel Amunike as their coach. Can you give us a bit of resume of Amunike for those who don't know him?
Emmanuel Amunike played for Nigeria in 1994 in the World Cup. He was the coach of the Golden Eaglets.
Yeah, the winning Golden Eaglets.
Exactly, on the 17 FIFA World Cup, which we won.
Yeah.
And then he was also on the technical
study group of FIFA
this last World Cup. So I think he has been garnering enough experience and he has not stopped at that. He's also trying to improve himself. I think this appointment is actually a very good move for him.
You know what struck me about the appointment? Both the president and the general secretary of Tanzania Football Association are ex-footballers. And they said, we are saddling you with responsibility of restructuring our football from under 17 to under 20 to under 23. In short, all the age grade national teams, including the senior national team. We want to have a philosophy of football. What lessons can Nigeria learn? Because we don't even have a philosophy that we operate here.
First of all, we need to at least put faith in the players that we're bringing up from under 17. We don't even, there's no route towards the under 20 team. And there's also no route to the Super Eagles.
Yeah.
So we also need to have faith in our players.
Yeah.
Bring them up from the grassroots.
Yeah, grassroots development.
Grassroots development. And then the coaches as well. We don't stick to a coach. We're always changing, chopping and changing. So if we're consistent, I think we should.
You should, and you have belief that he's going to do well in Tanzania?
I do believe he'll do well in Tanzania.
Ayo, your thought on Amunike? You also went ahead to appoint his trusted hand, Emeka Amadi, as the goalkeeper trainer of the senior national team of Tanzania. But you've seen Amunike, you've seen how he played. This was one player who played for FC Barcelona. He's got a fantastic resume. How well do you think it would fare for the Tanzania national team?
Well, I'm sure of course the Tanzania national team, they are not a great footballing side, so it's going to take time for him to achieve this goal. But like Uzo said, it's good that they are not telling him to go and win the Nations Cup, the next Nations Cup. So it has to be a process. Like you need to breathe, you need to create a football ideology. And I think Amunike has shown that he can work with young stars when he won the tournament with the under 17.
Yeah.
So I think he's a decent. Of course, we can't say he's going to go to Tanzania and he'll perform miracle. But again, I think
nobody gave Les Steven Keshi a chance that he was going to qualify Togo for the World Cup.
Of course, but you know those things are rare. But what I can say here is that Amunike was a great footballer. Of course, we know being a great footballer doesn't necessarily mean you make a good coach, but he's got a very good football ideology, and I think Tanzania national team would enjoy a lot.
They're going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
And in the light of still talking about Africa, we're crossing over from East Africa now to West Africa. Hugo Bruce won them the Nations Cup. Yeah. We got scared when we were pitted in the same group going into the World Cup. But it's an history. Who have the Fekafood appointed now?
Dutch great Clarence Seedorf.
He said great in coaching or in
football? One of the finest midfielders ever, and it came as a huge surprise because Deportivo, it was with Deportivo La Corona last season, and I don't want to see him coming to Africa. But again, it's a good signing for them. Experienced footballer. He has gained experience. He's gotten his coaching badge and all that. And also, he's coming in with a trusted hand in Patrick Kluivert. So I think the Cameroonians can be optimistic.
But this is someone who has never spent a year on a job.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. When Pep Guardiola, for instance, I mean, we've seen coaches. Don't let us go into history. Has he got the experience? When I mean experience now, football wise, like sometimes you don't need a long history of coaching. You don't need a long coaching history to do a great job. You made mention of Steven Keshi. That's his first big international job, and he qualified to go for the World Cup. So who says Clarence Seedorf can do a good job?
Quick one, Uzo. The influence of Tanzania and Cameroon cannot be compared. Why am I saying this? Ayo said in Tanzania they don't necessarily need and Amunike to go and win the next Nations Cup in Cameroon. But Cameroon are hosting the next Nations Cup. In actual fact, they've won it a record 5 times. They need to get back on track. Pressure on Seedorf, who have not succeeded in his coaching career. That's what I'm saying.
Just because he has not succeeded doesn't mean he can't succeed or he won't succeed. So I think we should all just be calm and just have faith. He can do it.
Just like you want us to have faith in the Falconets, who are playing against Haiti at the FIFA 20 World Cup. They lost their first game against the German national team, who have been our Achilles heel. In actual fact, we have lost twice in the final against them. They beat us 1-0 in the first game. Now we've got a date against Haiti, who narrowly lost against China by 2-1. Are we optimistic that Christopher Danjuma can get us back on track?
I think we should be optimistic because the Falconets over years, they've shown that they're actually very good.
If we can't beat the Haiti female under 20 team, then we have no business at the World Cup.
Do I know?
I saw Danjuma against the guys from Germany. His high point was all those languages that he was using. Masun, you know all those things that he was saying. We wish them all the best because they are one of the teams that we trust so much. We don't want to wade into the crisis in the Nigerian Football Federation. It's a needless crisis. Chris Giwa and Amaju Melvin Pinnick. And Ayo, I said what Chris Giwa has successfully done is for us not to have an inquest on what happened at the FIFA World Cup. Because attention now has been diverted.
For me, I think Nigeria, wherever I live in our country, as we have drama everywhere. I think they should just let it be and we should move on with our lives.
Hey, this is a recurring decimal every 4 years. Another break beckons, and when we return, it will be the final lap where we dissect the English Premier League and the beats of the ever busy and confusing transfer market. The goalkeepers are the ones hogging the headlines. Welcome back to Sports Klinic on Unilag TV. I still have my 2 contributors, Ayo and Uzo. My name is Shima Jidagba. I'm very excited that the ladies can give us back the remote because the English Premier League is back to our faces. Guys, let's look at the fixtures that we have for the opening day of the season. Man United will take on Leicester, Newcastle against Tottenham, Bournemouth against Cardiff, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Huddersfield against Chelsea, Watford, Brighton and Hove Albion, Wolverhampton Wanderers and Everton. We are not analyzing those games, but Ayo, we saw what happened last season. Manchester City blew everyone away.
Yeah.
United were second best. We had Liverpool and we had Tottenham. Are we looking at the season already postulating finishing in that order, or there will just be a change of guard?
Well, I think if we're going to look at it from what we've seen over the since the transfer window open, I think you have to still think Man City would win the league again. Whether they will walk it the way they walked it last season, I don't know. I think Liverpool would give them a run for their money. But again, I think I see City winning the league again. They are the favourite for me. Maybe Liverpool. United, we don't know what to expect from this Jose Mourinho side. I mean, United have been very, very poor in preseason, but being preseason over the years have shown you could be great in preseason and be poor in the league. Under Louis van Gaal, United were blowing teams apart in preseason, but once the league started, they start.
But I could also counter you on that. The season Chelsea told Jose to go, they were poor in preseason. And they took that form to the league.
It doesn't mean it will be like that all through. I mean, Louis van Gaal's 2 seasons at United, we were so good at preseason. We were beating Madrid, beating PSG, and beating teams, taking teams apart. But in our first game against Swansea in his first season, I mean, we struggled. What I'm saying is that this United team, we don't know if the negative press would affect them during the season. So I don't know if they are going to make it top 4. But the 2 teams I'm sure about is City and Liverpool. Arsenal, I mean, Unai Emery has brought in a new ideology. The combination of Aubameyang, Lacazette, Mkhitaryan and Mozi look like a very fantastic front four, and he has also solidified the defense. So again, they look like a team that means business. But again, the Europa League might eventually affect them because of fixtures complications and all that. But I think my top 2 is City, Liverpool. Then the remaining 2 will be between United, Chelsea, Arsenal or Tottenham.
Uzo, I don't know what club you support.
Chelsea.
Okay,
Sorry,
somebody said, is it Sari or Asari? Let's leave that for, that was just on the flip side. Let's talk about Liverpool that Ayo mentioned. Liverpool had really strengthened that side. No marquee player left the club, and they've brought in some good addition. Alisson, Fabinho, Naby Keita, Shaqiri. When Liverpool last won the English Premier League, not to diss you, Uzo, you were not born then. Are you going to see Liverpool lift the trophy now that you're on it?
I think Liverpool would definitely give Man City a run for their money this season. I mean, with the way they played against them last season and the way they've been playing, they've been quite impressive. And then coupled with the signings that they've made, Naby Keita, they've improved their squad. With Alisson, Naby Keita, Shaqiri, creativity has been improved, has been increased. So they will definitely give Man City a run for their money.
Hey, look at how the teams finished in the top 4 last season.
Yeah.
They now say the English Premier League now is now a top 6. But let's leave it at the top 4. Those are the people that can qualify for the UEFA Champions League. Is status quo going to remain the same, or we are going to have a change of guard? Will Man City blow teams away, or which is the outsider that would knock City off their perch?
Well, this transfer window has seen a lot of incomings into the Premier League, a lot of transfers. So not just the top 6. Other teams have also improved their squad. So I think this season will be very tough for Man City too. But they might actually still win the league, but it will actually be very
tough.
It will be very tough.
We saw the community shield.
That was Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Chelsea are changing their philosophy.
Did you see how ordinary Jorginho was on that pitch?
But you have to
But
put
then
him some slack that he has not spent more time at the club compared
and also the
but they're
people around him.
They're about to lose their number 1 goalkeeper now, and I mean the level of uncertainty in the Chelsea dressing room. Right? They don't know if they will be able to keep Hazard. You know, the bad thing about this transfer window for English team closing before the start of Premier League is that they are still vulnerable to outside teams, because now if United, for instance, loses Pogba after Friday, they won't be able to replace him. If Chelsea, if Madrid comes for Hazard and Courtois after Friday, they won't be able to replace them. So I think they need to review that rule. It's going to affect teams. The only 2 teams now that are certain of not losing big players in the top 4 are City and Liverpool. The remaining teams can still lose any other big player, and they won't be able to replace them, and it will affect them on the long run.
Let me take you up on this, Uzo. What do you make out of the man who owns Chelsea, Roman Abramovich? He bought Chelsea in 2004 from Ken Bates, and he said the reason he bought it was the way Barcelona are playing. In the last 14 years, he has sacked 9 coaches. Yes, he's worked because he has made them arguably one of the most successful clubs in the English Premier League. What do you make of Sarri coming for Antonio Conte? Sarri has not won a teacup before.
I think now Abramovich is ready to put faith in this man, because we all know that Sarri ball is actually not going to just start working. I mean, we saw the game against Man City, the Community Shield. There are a lot of improvements that need to be made. Some players need to leave. I mean, Bakayoko has not been impressive.
Yeah.
Drinkwater, let's not even get started on Morata. Drinkwater also has, I don't think Drinkwater fits into the ideology of Sarri ball. So I think if Abramovich is ready to be patient, I think he will finally get that style of play that he has been wishing and hoping for at Chelsea.
Finally, before we wrap up this edition of Sports Klinic, Jose Mourinho, is he trying to take away the pressure off his team, or is stating the obvious by talking about Ed Woodward, get me the signings so I can compete favorably with Manchester City? He finished second last season, 19 points behind City, and I checked up on my statistics. City scored, I think, 106 or 108 goals. They scored 68. That's a far cry to what they achieved. Are you hopeful of Manchester United, even when I know you don't have any positive thing to say about them? Maybe you change my perception.
Well, I feel Mourinho is just being Mourinho. Always coming out to complain and talk about his players, talk about the board.
Is
he stating the obvious?
Well, he is stating the obvious. He is stating the obvious.
Let's look at it from this. How much has Guardiola spent since he arrived? Like City, even this season. I mean, despite their attack last season, they still had them one of the best wingers in the league in Mahrez. United since Alex Ferguson left, we've been crying out for a right wing forward. United were in for Bill, were in for so many players, still couldn't get it. United, Mourinho has told them he needs a centre back. United today we are linked to Yeremina, tomorrow is the other world. I mean, the ball
is it about the defense?
If you support the manager, getting the player he wants, and if he doesn't deliver, then you
United,
can skin him. Because now you are going to make Mourinho have excuses. You know, usually Mourinho in the third season is always shocking.
Yes.
Now you are giving him a reason to be shocking.
Exactly.
By not, we've only signed one major player.
Is it about the
in Fred.
defense of United?
Because
Because
if you've trusted Mourinho to lead this team this season and he tells you need a defender, then get him a defender.
Uzo.
United is the richest team in the world for crying out loud.
Hold on, Ayo.
United keep announcing partnership without signing players.
Last season, United finished second best defense to Manchester City, who conceded 27 goals all through 38 matches. United conceded 28. So despite the supposed poor defense that he's talking about, they still considered less goals.
No one is saying United
they are falling short in attack. I think that emphasis should be more of attacking-minded players than defensive players.
See, Ferguson said something. He said your attack would win you games, your defense would win you matches. You could wank or jubilate over City's attack last season, but you won't take away the fact that their defense, even in those games where they struggled to score goals, their defense was solid. For the first time in a long while, we saw a City defense shutting out teams. They were so solid defensively. United could maybe add the second best defense last season, but a lot of games, their defense, the likes of Chris Smalling and Jones, cost them points.
So
eventually, we
have to wrap up now because we have less than a minute to wrap up.
Yes.
The man demystified all this talk about big signing. I'm talking about former Leicester City manager Claudio Ranieri. With less than £80 million, they won the English Premier League. So what are we talking about? Is it all about money?
It's not about money.
He also needs to manage his players.
See, it's not all about money, but if the teams around you are spending big money, then why should Manchester United spend money? You do what should wake up.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you very much, Uzo. But I have to say that 2 seasons ago, when Guardiola came to the English Premier League, with all the signings, he didn't win a teacup. That's how we have to leave it. Thank you very much for watching Sports Clinic on Unilag TV. Big thanks to Ayo Oloyede. I hope to see you getting reduced in your plumpiness. And the delectable Uzo Maduwa. It's always a pleasure to have you. Are you making a play that you're going to be here?
Yes, I definitely am.
Today, tomorrow, even on public holiday? My name is Shiwaji Dagba. God bless you. Bye for now.